Ryan, so it's been stop and start obviously this season for you. You've played 2 games. What's that mentality and your mindset to be able to get yourself ready, knowing now that there's going to be a few games that you're going to be playing in a row?
Yeah, obviously, when the schedule came out this year, knowing Carlos has been the number one with Paraguay, kind of circled the month of June for myself on the calendar, knowing that odds are I'd be getting a run of games. So, but I think it's one of the perks of being around here for a long time. I've been through this before, different years with with Luis for years, and then Carlos now, and just trying to always stay ready. It's kind of I feel like I give the same boring answer each time, but it's just you train each week thinking you're going to play. Even when Carlos is here and I know I'm going to be on the bench, but you just always stay prepared, stay ready, and then when your number does get called, you hope that you're ready to step in and ultimately help the team win.
Thanks, go to George.
So you've been here, obviously, with a few teams. What does this team have differently than other teams that you've had that you've played with before?
Well, I think first and foremost, man, was besides last week, the goal scoring. I think we're thumping teams now this year. 4-1, 4-2, 3-1 against Charlotte, and I look at especially to last year. With no Lewis, that killed us last year. You add his goals into the team last year, and we probably have a much better season. So yeah, I think goal scoring, we're creating a ton of chances. And we've been solid at the back, I think, for the most part, like we've been the last few years. So, yeah, I think you bring a guy like Emil into the mix, and he just makes everyone around him better. So we're excited to get him back and the rest of the international guys back this weekend, and hopefully we can, put a few goals past Nashville.
Go back to Anthony. You had a pretty big save in the first half against New England. Looked like very natural for you out there. What was that? Can you run through what was going on in your head during that play?
Yeah, I think Gil plays an amazing ball. I thought Sean was in a good spot defensively, and he was ready, but he's a special player. That's what these guys do sometimes. And for me, I just tried to get back as far as I could and find my position in the goal and just be set and ready, whether he went far post or near post. And I thought I had a good balance, and I was able to read him a little bit when he opened up his hips, and those are the moments you want in a game as a goalie. So obviously to come up big in a moment like that it's always nice, and it definitely helps the confidence.
Next we go to Voss on Zoom.
How's it going, Ryan? So just wanted to ask you, what has been the conversation with Coach to try to remain undefeated against this Nashville side that you guys have already come up against, but may look a little different with the new head coach?
Yeah, I think the first thing that always comes to mind when you think Nashville is they're just tough to play against. They're a big, strong team, really good on set pieces, attacking and defensively. They don't make many mistakes where they end up, making these unforced errors that hurt themselves, and so they're just solid, really solid. And then you add a special player like Mukhtar into the mix, and over the last few years, he's single-handedly won them a bunch of games. He's one of those special players in the league. Obviously, he was the MVP, big-time player. So, it's respecting them, knowing what to expect from them for sure. But also, I think one thing I've loved working with Sandro this year, we focus a lot on ourselves too. We know if we're playing at our best and executing the game plan him and his staff put in for us, and playing our game, we're confident we could go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league.
Next we go to Gary on Zoom.
Hey, Ryan. Of course, you've been waiting on the sidelines, waiting for your turn to step up. Of course, and you have done so. Working with the guys, the defenders in front of you, do you find it as somewhat of a challenge with the communication, or it's no problem at all because since you guys practice so much and you know their strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, I don't find that an issue at all. I think obviously between, we're with each other 6 days a week for 10 months out of the year, training and playing. So you learn each other pretty quickly. And then luckily, I think the last few years there's been a lot of continuity in the back line. You know, you look at Jamai, obviously Sean's been the captain. Dylan's been here a few years now. Kyle, I go back with Kyle to 2018. Noah's obviously new, but he's settled in so nicely. Andres has been here for a good few years. So within that back four defending group, and also the 2 6s, Frankie and Edelman, there's a lot of continuity. So, you know, I think we all are on the same page, knowing that when we communicate in the right way, it only helps, makes everyone's job a little easier. And, you know, I have a lot of confidence in our group defensively, and I really enjoy playing with these guys.
Next, we got a Christian on Zoom.
Hi, good afternoon, Ryan. Obviously, you've been part of this unbeaten run at home. Can you talk about how special it is to play at RBA and how you guys make it so difficult for other teams to beat you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely when our stadium gets rocking, I don't think there's many stadiums in the league that are better. You know, we have a great fan base, and you know, we know it's important. It's important to win every game, obviously, but the best teams win all their home games. They're very, like, I look at some of the years in the past, 2018, when we were Supporter Shield winners, we were dominant at home. People hated coming to Red Bull Arena and playing us at our place. So, you know, the best teams take care of business at home, and that's what we're striving to be. And I think we get excited playing. It's the grass is perfect. The fans always come out and support us and push us. And we want to show them a good time. We want them to keep coming back and keep supporting us. So, yeah, I feel fortunate to have been here for so many years playing in front of such great fans.
Go back to George.
So you said you had it circled this time with international break. One player on your team, Lois, probably didn't think he was getting the call, and he did, finally. How does that make you feel as a teammate, seeing everything that's happened with him comeback-wise, and now getting his call, first time or second time, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
with his national team?
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, I don't think it was even really on his radar until he got a call from the manager. I don't know if it was last week. And then later that day, he got another call saying, you know, you're flying over tomorrow morning. So that's how the game is. It can change for better or for worse, you know, in a moment. And obviously, Lewis, man, I'm so happy for him, because I had the same surgery he had. I had it on both of my hips in 2012, and it is a tough rehab, really tough. And he had a really difficult year last year. He was struggling, trying to play through it, and then he finally had the surgery. And man, to see all his work that he put in behind the scenes, that it's really just him and our PT, Zach Kogan, who's amazing. Just to now be reaping the benefits of all that hard work that's what it's all about. And especially knowing Lewis, like, he's one of the best teammates I've ever had. An unbelievable guy, unbelievable player. So you just like to see these good things happen to good people.